Hello everyone, this is Gerone Wright again. Okay, and I'm back with my drawings, or should I say my highlights, in this mass here, this sculpture. Okay, you can't see down here, but there's a Pope down here. This sculpture is a enlarged portion of that of Nervi Hall, which was created in the early 70s by, I believe, Fizzini, and Nervi Hall is actually named after its creator, Nervi something there, whatever. Um, However, in my last video referencing this mass, this sculpted mass, was that I could read into this. It's like a grail, and it's my findings that this is actually a genetic blueprint as to referencing how there was genetic splicings and genetic bridgings regarding man, ape, and the altering of genetics. And um, it's truly amazing. I'm going to dub this as probably going to be one of my best videos because um, the evidence is like right here in your face, and you can actually see it for yourself. And I'm going to use three different images to actually show you what I actually found there. And it's just a matter of time. I feel as though I'm right at the threshold of breaking through into the mainstream. And I mean, the efforts that I actually put into all of this is actually going to pay off. And I'm very confident of that. All right, but I guess that the I guess the biggest payoff for me would be just to be able to relax on this a little bit, but I'm never going to be able to relax on the fact that I had a genuine paranormal experience and an encounter which actually led me to all of this. So I am in pursuit of this for the rest of my life. I mean, there's nothing else that, I mean, I have dedicated my life to just this. You know what I mean? Because this is now a part of me forever. I mean, this door has been open. I have my probably both feet stuck in there, and I mean, the things that has happened to me since having this encounter and experience is just truly just incredible, and you know what I mean, which I'll later go into detail about at another time. Um, Last week in the video, I was talking about reptilian apes. Okay, and I'm going to bring you this reptilian ape here to the Vatican. Remember last week, I think it was last week, I showed you this image, which is of that of the Neanderthal, and it says the title of this, if you want to Google the image, is an ancestor, a man of 1,000 years ago, and this appeared in the and was published in the 1909 edition of the London Illustrated. Okay, and Kupka is the guy that actually that made this drawing, and he based it on his works, his investigations into the works of I think it's Marcelio, the guy that actually created, constructed the first Neanderthal skull based on the Saint Cox D something caves that these things were found in. Okay, now what I found is that the shadow of the Neanderthal cast that of a reptilian ape image. This is not the same guy here. I mean, it's reptilian, and I can see through into the image. So I drawed you the reptilian, and then this was several weeks ago. And then I even went into showing you that within the body of the reptilian, there was a triceratops slash rhino looking creature, and there was another mutation here. Okay, and the Neanderthal ape here had a U-shaped penis in his hand with two heads on it. One head there, and the other head actually you see it going into the Triceratops mouth, which is how Renaissance artists reference, I found encrypted in their artworks, that genetic bridging was exchanged. This is how they expressed that genetic bridging was exchanged, and that's why in some of my 60 plus videos here you hear references of penises. You know what I mean? It's not that I have no fetish for no penis, people. I have my own, and I'm satisfied with that. But anyway, to make a long story short, I noticed that Rembrandt um, um, Michelangelo, the list goes on and on, Da Vinci, and many others references these penises and genetic exchanges of saliva to show you that there was genetic exchanging and bridging between these creatures. But anyway, I don't know if you've seen the ape here yet. You see that ape? There's the forehead right there. There's an eye socket, which will be the left eye socket. There's the right eye socket. There's a nostril, the right nostril, the left nostril. Coming over the monkey-like mouth of the ape. His lips is there. And then there's the chin. And now, what's incredible about this is, remember that I just told you about the double penis head that is here. I'm connecting these images, by the way. See that double-headed penis right there, and you can go back to my video and reference that, how it's going in the Triceratops mouse. Now, here it's done differently. Look how the forehead of the ape, the reptilian head of the ape, is made in the likeness of two penises. On the right side, there's the head of one penis, and then over here on the left side, there's the head of a smaller penis. On this side over here, two penises encrypted in the forehead of this ape, this monkey. Now, you're probably saying, well, Jerome, what in the hell is there doing penises there? Well, there's actually a third penis, to be totally honest with you, and I'm not gonna go into detail where that one is at, but I'm gonna tell you there's a third penis as well too. Now, look at this, people. Get a grasp of this. There's the ape. Now I'm gonna show you in the original image, so you can actually see, get an idea now that I've actually shown it to you. You would never know that it is there until it actually was shown to you. There's the ape right there. Can I bring that in closer? Oh gosh, why is that going the opposite way? Alright, and see that ape right there? There he is. And they have this guy looking realer than life right there. Look at that. Look at this, people. Realer than life. Nostril, nostril. Eye socket, eye socket. Look at that. Now, what is this ape doing? And I'm going to leave that up that close there. What is that ape doing? There. First of all, the ape represents first man. Okay? Then black man, and then from there, all of the other forms of life. So, let me show you what this ape is doing. I said that I can read this. I'm going to read a portion of this to show you, people, and take you through this to let you know that I am onto something very unique here, and you need to listen up and you need to pay attention. Okay, here's the ape. First of all, what you don't see is right here at the ape's mouth, which is right there, there was a chain, a genetic linking chain. It even shows you the links in the chain. Right there. See the links? See that? That's a chain link. See the other end over here? The other ending linking chain, it's shown going into the ape's mouth, and it's broken. Look at this. There's a genetic link here, here, and here. So what is being broken? And here's the other end of the chain. The chain was split in two. There's the ape's mouth. Here's one end of the chain broken over here on the left side of the ape's mouth, and then the reptilian ape's mouth, and then there's another chain broken over here on the other side, on the right hand side of the reptilian ape's mouth. Well, I said that I can read this, so I'm gonna give you an image right here. First of all, over here on this side, on the left hand side, is the image of a mother of creation, the witch-like woman I dub as the mother of creation. Okay, I've heard references of her being Madonna and all of this other stuff there, but this woman here, I have followed back to the history of everything that is here on our world, and to most of your surprise, I have actually found evidence of her too beyond our world. Okay, for those of you who want to know how I done that, read into some of the things that I've been writing, or go to my Alien UFO site and go from there. But I'm actually doing this kind of work in images as well in space, believe it or not. Alright, so that's a whole nother story. I don't want to turn a good story bad here, because you guys are probably saying, well, damn, where we going with this? Alright, now, the genetic link, the chain, is shown broken. Okay, mother of creation, the witch-like woman, she always appears Right there. She always appears with the ape. They're one and two. Interlinking. Okay. Shows you the link gone, a genetic link being broken. And what was it being broken with? On this end, the other end of the linking chain, right here, follow me, people. You don't see it. Well, there you go, right there. That's the bottom lip. This is the top. There's a nostril. There's a nostril. There's an eye. There is the head of a pig. And the other end, or a hog, or an ox, or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to reference it to. Okay, it shows you the genetic link, right there, where this link was split. Okay, one on this side, one on that side, and the ape is up in between. The reptilian ape is up in between. Okay, now, then the mutations therefrom, it shows you these creatures. Now I got these are poorly drawn here. I did this real quick, but it shows you their faces of these genetics. Imagine a genetic graft with showing you the different genetics and blood types and what I mean, the information, your genetic information on a chart. People, that's what this is all about. It shows you a genetic referencing chart. It shows you where these genetics are at today and who is dealing with them. You don't see that guy down there. In fact, I can see him from here. And there you have it. There's the Pope right there. These creatures in encrypted state are shown directed at the Pope. Here's the one side here, and there's the other side. And the Pope is the genetic bridge for these. Just as Jesus Christ was. He sacrificed himself on the cross. The popes sacrifice themselves on the cross. The cross, people, is the cross reference of genetics. And for those of you that see the snake on Jesus' body, this is another finding of mine. I made this encryption. I showed it, and there it is. I mean, this is already there. All I did is just highlight and accent what it was already there. And here you have the head of a serpent snake that Jesus is shown emerging from. Over here, there are more encryptions that I can actually show you what they are at a later date. Okay, but I can read all of these. You see the little gargoyle type little creature right there? There's other things right there. I can fill this whole thing in if I wanted to, like a work of art. Okay, now Jesus was a cross-referencing. This is what they sacrificed their bodies. Mary Magdalene, Noah of Noah's Ark. They use their body as genetic bridging vessels, and this is why they're commemorated, or this is why you find these shrines of them. And it's going on in the Vatican today. And that's why you see these two different passages of genetics I just shown you from right here, face down at the Pope. And even off to the side on his bishops. There's a bishop there on that side, and I think there's a monk over here on this other side over here. I can read and tell you what their role is in this genetic bridging, which they are all utilized in these genetic bridges. I know all of their duties. Okay? Now, sounds like a lot, but why would a person be making this thing up? You know what I mean? Now, what is going on today with this? Okay? Now, it actually extends from the beginning of time. Before I could read this, people, I was reading things on stones that were barely visible. I mean, you wouldn't imagine what I could actually see. And this here is child's play for me. You know what I mean? This is child's play for me. You can expect that the Vatican will be shutting down Nervi Hall soon, because there's no way that they're going to remain that in service operation, not after this video gets released and go mainstream, and they show almost 6,000 people appears before this shrine. 6,000 people appears before this shrine, and no one has ever realized, and it was created in early 1970s, no one has never realized what that actually is. Now, and here I come along alleging to have a paranormal experience that I've been experiencing now for going on almost 3.5, 4 years. And here I'm finding and decoding all of these wonderful artworks. What does this look like today? Okay. The same thing. This is Nicki Minaj's Roman Reloaded. This her photo shoot. This is for her Roman Reloaded 2012 photo shoot. Album out promotional pics from done by. I couldn't get that out for a minute. These were done by deluxe album artists. I found that they are linked to a higher celestial knowledge, as are the person that created this, Nervi Hall, as is the person that created this, Gupka, because the same exact thing, the penis, the reptilian ape, the ape likeness, all of that stuff is here. Oh, and by the way, people, I left out the fact that, hold on before I get carried away. You see that snake right there that I actually highlighted for you? Okay, before you even known that it was there. These are all new discoveries that are referenced by me. The same snake, people, is shown here by the hindquarters of the ape right there. And there's the eye and there's the mouth. And it's shown right there, coming around behind the back of the ape's butt. And there's also the head of a horse in there as well, too. But anyway, now, what do that has to do with this? Nicki Minaj have to do with this and this. Well, people, I can't tell you that she is being used as a genetic bridge. She is equivalent. You're not going to believe this, of course, to what is going on here with Jesus, what is going on with the Pope, and what is going on here with this Neanderthal ape-like creature, genetically bridged. She is genetically bridged. First of all, I'm going to give you the ape. The ape is up underneath of her, right here. There's an eye, there's an eye. There's the top lip of the ape right there. There's the ape's mouth. The ape is shown with the penis coming out of its mouth. The ball's ends are in the ape's mouth, showing you that there was a genetic splicing. What was altered? There's the head of a pig right there in the red. Open mouth of a pig. Look, eye. And guess what the pig is doing, people? You see the open mouth of the pig right there? Let me bring that in a little closer for you. And then I might have, yeah, okay. You see that open mouth pig there? First of all, there's the mother of creation, the little dark woman right there. There she goes right there, shown brown. There's the ape mouth. There's the penis. Ape's eye here, ape's eye there. She's laying on it. She's being referenced as the ape. Now check this out. What is that reptile thing looking right there? You see that? You see that reptile looking ape right there? You know what that is? Well, I just told you. That reptile looking creature right there, that's the skull of this guy right here. That is the skull of the reptilian ape. And this guy right here, that's the skull of the reptilian ape. And that's referenced right there. If you want to come down a little lower, now you can Google this image too. This is Nicki Minaj's Roman Reloaded photo album pics. Okay, let me get this. Let me get that backed off a little bit. Down here, there's the skull of a dinosaur with the ape skull on the back of it, encrypted there. And you have a demonic-like figure there in the red. It shows you genetic bridging and genetic altering, people. Now, for those of you that just now getting on to this video, I have a video here on Nicki Minaj, by the way. Notice that she is white, blonde hair, the image of that of being Caucasian, okay, white, all right. What you don't see is through all of these painting, this painting splatter here in the back, is that her blackness, her black torso, is laying right behind her, right here. This is her butt up. This is the crack of her buttock right there. And I got all these other creatures drawn in there. But this is her butt cheek, and this is a butt cheek, and her black torso is right here. And where this arm is at, there's actually the head of an encrypted horse shown there. There's the arm. And her where her would-be hair is at. Her back is, this would be her would-be hair. There's actually encrypted creatures there as well too. But more importantly, people, is her spine is shown split open right here in the black torso. This is, and all of these creatures are shown spewing out of the back in a demonic cult-like fashion. She's shown emerging from this being, which was her original self, her black genetics. She genetically altered, bridged, and was moved over here. Now, who is responsible for this? Well, for starters, the name of her tour, her 2012 tour, is called Roman Reloaded. Roman Reloaded. So if she's Roman Reloaded and her black torso is shown laying here, death and resurrection, I guess she really was Roman Reloaded then. Rome. What's in Rome? For one thing that comes to first mind is the Vatican. They are at the center you notice that the Pope is at the center of the cross-referencing of these reptilian ancient genetics that evolved through ape and all of mankind. There's a genetic bridging and genetic altering process going on. Okay, look at these creatures, people. Now, you guys are probably saying, well, the Pope is, I mean, damn, this is deep. And you see that? All of this is all the same thing. But what's amazing is that I can take this back to the beginning of time because I know what it all means. I can read it. No matter who the artist is, whether they're current, past, or present, even before the time of artists on our planet, I can read the encrypted messages, which are truly not encrypted at all. They're multidimensional images that tell us who we are. They've always been in place. Those that had found out, i.e. Constantine, the Vatican, Christopher Columbus, the conquistadors, the Knights Templar, all of these people that had found this out earlier on, some kind of way, the knowledge behind this has gotten suppressed, gotten altered, and turned into something where it was actually commercialized, used to control the masses of the people through your fear, and religion was created. Okay? People, all of this is just about the genetic alterings and genetic bridging of who we are. This is no different, in my mind, than what Adolf Hitler was doing. Now, because the reason why I said it's no different, and I've actually, I do not condone killing and all of that stuff either, though, people. But at least we knew where Adolf Hitler was coming from. Here we have, this is more dangerous than what Adolf Hitler was doing, because here we have people giving you a belief, a man, a God to believe in, people to worship, and then come to find out that they're doing something that is no different than that of what a man, a dictator, was doing in killing people. And in fact, if you want to get technical, they are killing as well too, because the evolution from one genetic to another, the bridging, it calls for the destruction of the genetic that they're actually bridging off of. Now, you're probably saying, well, where's the evidence of this? Where's the evidence of this? Look at the earliest areas for where man evolved from. First, look at Africa. Look at all of the death and the destruction going on in Africa, all of the disease and famine over there. And then look right down the line through to Egypt, and where these genetics of first man was broken down. All you have to do is, I can follow these genetics, and you can see in its wake death and destruction. You know what I mean? And as you go along, look where the technology is going. The trail behind the technology and the trail behind the death, the trail behind almost the success in living, let's say. And it points to those that had this higher knowledge, which is over in Spain, okay, and which is within the Vatican. There's genetic bridging, people. I haven't even gotten to looking at everything else as far as the Germans, the China. In fact, I have a discovery on Angkor Wat where there's genetic bridging. I have a video of that here too. I don't want to get sidetracked because I'm left out at a time here. I'm going to show you in Angkor Wat that this reptilian ape is in Angkor Wat. Right here. That reptilian ape is in Angkor Wat. I can show you where. This reptilian ape. I'm going to show you that creature in Angkor Wat wearing a crown. King has a crown in Angkor Wat. Okay? For the first time. I have a video here on Angkor Wat, in fact, and I show you where there are massive turtles in the eave of the building, and they're made into the roof, showing with their heads turned up. That's another video here you must see of mine, people. In fact, I have 26 plus videos here that you need to actually tune into, look at what I'm putting here, people, and go from there. Eventually, I'm going to have, I'm not the best narrator for this, and I'm the first to admit that. But eventually, what I'm going to end up doing is that I'm going to have a team that I can explain this to you too. But I'm only doing it in layman terms, and I have people, my scientific team behind me, helping me put these videos together in a way that they can actually give you the scientific lingo behind all of what I've actually have discovered, which is a truly amazing discovery. Okay, but people, you need to understand that in knowing who you are, there's a higher degree of knowledge, serenity, and comfort in knowing who you are. Because knowing who you are means that you know where you came from, you know where you're going, and you understand yourself better. Because then you can begin to identify with yourself, something that these people and many others never wanted you to do. And this is the reason why you're being lied to this day. Okay? If you want to know the truth, stay tuned in. You know what I mean? It doesn't make me no difference. But I can tell you right now that what I have to offer you is far more greater than what you're reading in your book called the Bible. I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not going to knock nobody's religion. The Quran, which is based off of some of the stuff in the Bible. But these higher powers that you guys are believing in around the world, I'm not knocking nobody's God. But I'm telling you something, that your fear of these beings and your worship to them is what keeps you from seeing the reality behind the truth. And I can go anywhere in the world and do just what I am doing here. The same exact thing. I don't care where it is. It could be in Egypt. It could be in China. It could be in Afghanistan. It can be anywhere. It can be in Tehran. It could be anywhere. I don't care. I can do this because you know why? Because through my paranormal experience and encounter, I am instinctively drawn to this. Okay? I am instinctively drawn to it. And I can stop on a dime and read into this stuff. I don't care if it's on a piece of rock laying on the ground. People, if it's there, I'm there, and I'm into it. My name is Gerone Wright. This is my Geronification channel that you're viewing this on. You can Google my name, Gerone Wright, or you can take and let me see. Oh, make sure you spell it right. That's Geronewright. Geronewright. All I ask people is that you keep, Google my information to others. Let them know. There's your reptilian ape, people. right there. We're looking for aliens and all. There's your reptilian ape. There's the nostrils. There's the eye socket. Two penises on the head. And it's shown breaking a genetic link in the chain. Right there, broken. I know what this creature represents, and I know what this creature over here represents, and I know what all of the other little faces and creatures over there represent as well too, and where these passages of genetics are going. Okay, I'm out, people. I appreciate your time, and thank you.